Hello, good evening, and welcome to Open for Business USA. This is the show where we were in the UK. Now we've got a special time to chat to our friends in the States. And we set up this entire program in order to talk to businesses at the beginning of the COVID shutdown, just to let us know whether they were still open for business, what they were doing, how we could trade with them and talk to them. And it's kind of grown. It's gone a little bit more international. We now talk to business owners, coaches, and entrepreneurs across the globe. And Wednesdays is Open for Business USA, where we're joined by one of our American friends. And tonight we are joined by Kyrsti Snyder. Now, Kyrsti is she is a franchisee. She has prime day trading. She teaches people how to day trade with FOREX. So if that's something that you're interested in, then let us know in the comments. Obviously, do let us know in the comments where you're watching from. If you've got any questions, type them in and we can ask them as we go along. Now, Kyrsti is also coming up. She's got another little business. She's got an e-commerce business that is launching in November. So we'll be asking her a little bit about that. She's a wife, a mother. How on earth does she get all that done? That is a very good question. So we will have to ask her. Welcome to the show. And yeah, you obviously multitask quite amazingly. So how do you juggle these things? How do you actually get started?
How do I juggle these things? Well, a lot of times it feels like I am prioritizing my time. I have to have laser focus. I'm not perfect at it, but I have big goals and I want to take care of my family. So I get to take care of the kids in the morning, do appointments, start an e-commerce business, all the fun stuff, just to create the life that we want. Fantastic.
That's brilliant. So we'll kick off with, we want to talk about the franchisee and the FOREX trading. As you know, a lot of people right now are going to be looking at wanting to do something different. Jobs are under threat, both in the UK and in the States, I'm guessing. Sure. So now is a good time if you are going and looking for a change. FOREX and trading sounds like a good deal. How did you actually get into it yourself?
I heard about it from a friend. I thought they were crazy because I didn't know anything about it. I thought I would have to be super involved with economics and politics and be a math whiz and all of these things. I really thought I wasn't smart enough. And I started out in a 30-day demo. I was in it for all of about 4 days and decided to do something more because I saw the potential.
Wow. That's good. So you within 4 days, and that's the thing. I'm guessing people are going to be thinking like you were. Surely I must need some sort of background in economics. And is this the FOREX trading? Just for people that don't know, that is currency trading. You're looking at
currency trading. So euro, US dollar, pound, yen, gold, silver, Aussie, all of the good stuff.
Oh, right. Oh, gold and silver as well. Oh, that's interesting. That's not just currency. So
yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about how a trade works? So you spent 4 days and you knew you could see the potential. So what was it that allowed you to see the potential? If you can give us a little guide as to how you dipped your toe in on the first couple of days and then
Sure. So I got into a 30-day demo. I spent a whole $10 and it was probably the best $10 I've ever spent. But I had a demo coach. His name was Tyler. And we did a couple appointments when I had signed up. We did an appointment the following day and then a couple days later. And he gave me homework to do. He taught me how to place a trade. He taught me what to look for a buy or for a sell, just a couple of rules to the strategy. I practiced it, fell on my face, didn't know what I was doing. But then I had some winners and I started understanding, wow, this really has proof in the pudding. There is something here for me. And that's why I decided to jump in. Is it going to be that way for everybody? Not even close. That's why it's 30 days. I probably, looking back, could see why I could have tested it for 30 days just to make sure it's for me, to understand it, to push past my fears, things like that.
Yeah, that's interesting because, and just as in general, when you're doing your coaching, do most people take that 30 days, or do they, like you, jump in earlier when they're comfortable, I guess?
Sure. So I think a lot of it does have to do with comfort. I think a lot of it has to do with people's belief systems. So mine at the time, was I nuts for doing what I did? Probably. But I had also been working on feeling confident myself, understanding that there's more for me out there in life to be better, to do better, to have better. I would say the majority of people, it's probably within about 7 to 10 days that a person knows, is this for me? Yes or no? Can I do it? Yes or no? Do I see the value here, the potential? Yes or no? And for us and for them, it's way more about, yes, they can do it. Yes, there's value. All of those things are naturally in there. But the last question is why someone gets in faster compared to another who does not, is, does it meet a personal goal? And for them, the reason they're on the phone with me is because they do want something more. They want more finances. They want more time. Maybe they're a mom like myself and they want to contribute in a different way than they've been doing with their kids. And they just get to decide how badly they want that. And if they do, then we're here to help create a financial future for them.
Cool. Because you've got 2 young children, haven't you? I believe.
Yes.
So so how do you fit that? How do you fit your trading in with your 2 children? Do you let them trade?
The beautiful, yeah, right. The beautiful part about FOREX is I could be trading at midnight. I could trade at 3 p.m. The only time I cannot trade is Mountain Time from Friday at 3 until Sunday at 3 p.m. So I get the weekend off, and I could trade in the morning at 5 before my kids even wake up.
Wow.
Which is nice because then it works for my schedule.
I see. And how long a time do you have to? How long does a it's called? We're talking about day trading or a day trade education, but you're not spending all day trading. What was?
Oh heavens, no.
An average time you spend placing a trade? In fact, and a follow-up question would be what is involved in setting up a trade? Do people need accounts and?
Sure. So an average time a new trader spends, mostly because they're learning it, so they spend more time. I would say 60 minutes to an hour and a half, maybe something in there. For me, my risk tolerance is a lot higher than, say, my husband, for example. So my husband will spend less than an hour each morning and be done for the day. And for me, if I see a trade at 5 a.m. or if I see a trade at noon or 5 p.m., I'll take it. So collectively, I'm closer to 2 hours a day.
What?
And I'm also on the line with people. But when someone comes in, say you're just brand new into learning this, it's meant to work for your schedule, and it continues to be that way. So whether you spend 20 minutes a day or you spend 3 hours a day, it's around your schedule. It's more for us about the consistency than it is, oh, I just spent 8 hours. Nope, you don't need to spend 8 hours. Do it, consistently for a certain amount of time each day is much better.
I see. And would I be right in saying, because I've not got any experience of this, only things that I've heard from other people. So is it a case of a trade is like you're setting up a transaction? So you're saying, okay, you're saying it'll, as an example, and please do tell me if I'm totally wrong. So if you're saying, if you're trading dollars or if you're trading pounds, if you said, okay, I think the pound will go up against the dollar, then you put that trade in what you expect and then just leave it until it hits that amount. Would that be a?
Yes. And I'll explain that a little bit too. So when we teach how to get into a trade, whether you're buying or you're selling, it's not stocks. If I buy euro, I don't then have to sell it in order to gain my US dollar. I don't have to own it and sell it and buy it. It's just their own transactions. So when we teach, okay, you're looking for this, wait for this and this rule to happen on our indicators. You then get into a trade, whether buying or selling, because you're getting in based on rules, not what you hope for, but based on what our indicators are saying, which is what we teach. And it's each its own transaction.
I see. Yeah, so you could make one transaction a day or a few
or
transactions
10
a day.
or 15, whatever works for your schedule.
Cool. And that depends on how much you've learnt and how you understand the system. Because that was I'm glad you mentioned the system, because yeah, there is something that you can follow, or the person that could be taught can follow a certain system that will allow them to make those decisions. It's not
Exactly.
just
Yep, exactly. So it's not at all you shooting darts in the dark, hoping it lands in your favor. This is something where if you get in based on truth, based on the fact of what we teach, yeah, you're going to have losses because that happens. That's just, it's the law of opposites, night without day, up without down, right?
Yeah.
But amidst the losses, as long as you're getting in based on truth, you're good. You could have a loss and you'd still be profitable, because now it's not so much do you get why you're getting in, right? Because you're taught, you're getting in based on the truth, based on what you see, not what you hope to see. And you have a loss, you have a win, you're still able to be profitable, because at that point, it's about math, all of which we teach.
So now, as an ex-accountant, see that gives me reassurance, because we always used to say,
sure,
if there's a problem, just bring it down to the arithmetic, and there'll be a solution. But it's interesting you talk about that, and I'm glad you said there are gains and you're not shying away from the losses. And does that have you seen with some of your students? Does that affect your mindset? And is there things that you can do? Do you think a mindset is very important in order to be a Forex trader?
100% yes. Is it going to be easy all the time? No. Are you going to have a 100% win rate? No. But because you're getting in based on the fact, based on these are my rules. Whether I win or lose at that point, I'm getting in based on truth, based on what I see. Again, not hope, not assumption, not, oh, well, let's just see what happens. It looks good enough, right? It looks good, period. If you get in based on it's a yes, 100%, then yeah, it doesn't matter if you win or lose at that point, because the math backing you is going to help be profitable anyway, even with the losses. So bring the losses on, because if I lose, right now I'm at a high 80% win rate.
Oh, wow.
So I know, for example, let's say I take 10 trades a week. Let's say I lose my 1.5 on Monday. Go me, because I know that the rest of them are winners, because I know I'm getting in based on my rules, not on assumption.
Wow. I love that. And that, your 80% win rate is that's really impressive.
It's timing.
I was like, wow. I talk about that's So if you want to be taught, get taught by the best, I would say. And anyone who's got an 80%.
There are people who are much better than me, but even a person who stays average Joe, let's say they're doing, they lose 4 out of 10, even a 60% win rate, because you have the math behind it and you know why you're getting in, you expect the loss, you're still profitable.
That's amazing.
Instead of being mad that you lost, or now, you're revenge greedy and you're mad, and nope. You get to feel all the emotions, and you get to get in based on what you see, not what you hope.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I very rarely go to casinos because I don't like losing money. There's a reason,
right?
But seeing people gamble, and and then they go chase, they lose some money, and then they go chase after it.
Right.
Is there a way you can get people away from that mindset? Do you teach them
yes
techniques that they can use?
Yes. So something very, very simple, which when a person's in, they might say, oh, okay, that's dumb, that's cheesy. But the reality is, it really is the truth, is when it's a no, it's a no. When it's a yes, it's a yes. When it's a maybe, it's a no. So rather than going to Vegas to gamble, because you're just hoping for the best, right? You're able to get in based on what the indicators have proven for over 2 decades. So you can trust that when you get in, it's based on something for your good, whether you win or lose. And then from there, if you lose, cool. It's a good trade because you got in based on your rules. It's when you win and you knew you forced it that's bad. Because my question to my traders, they'll give me an example of, well, it just went so fast. You know, I got in for a buy again because it just closed out so fast. I made my 30 bucks. That's great. But how does it's going so quick, it's so exciting. How does that hold up long term? If you can prove it holds up long term, go ahead and do it. If not, just go over to Nevada and gamble because it'll be about the same result.
Yeah. Oh no, I like that because there seems to be a nice science behind it. So
yes.
So don't get carried away with the wins, because
yes.
that could be more. No, that's wrong. There's not going to be more luck than judgment because you're following your system, and think, I'll just bend the system a little bit because it's on a curve or something. So
well, and think of it like just like life. Can you imagine a world where we only heard, saw, and did things based on fact, based on truth, rather than our own tainted perception, rather than our fears, our emotions, our assumptions, right? Our relationships would be better. Our finances would be better. Our kids would be more happy and healthy and whatever else, because we wouldn't judge. We would get in based on truth.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, no, I like that, and actually, it's something that we talked a little bit about just before we came on air. But we're both big fans of the law of attraction, and you get out of life what you put in.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about how that does that help you maintain your balance as well when you're coaching and training?
Yes. Because the law of attraction to me is not just, I'm thinking positive things. It's not a cliche, cheesy thing. It's something that if you really hone into what I give out, I receive. Everything I am mad about is mirrored back to me. You end up showing up as a responsible person rather than being a victim. And in trading, it's the same thing. If you take a trade with me or with a coach, who they lose, whose fault is that? Is it the coach's fault? Or did you have the choice to get in and maybe you lost and that was okay? But you get to choose how you respond, which is 100% the law of attraction, because what you think about, you bring about. What you resist persists. So if I'm resisting, oh no, I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose. How do I show up in the market if my mindset is crappy? I'm not in the right mindset to trade.
Exactly. Yeah, you get what you're attracting for sure.
Exactly.
And if you're coming at it from a sense of lack or fear, then that's going to be the overwhelming result you're going to get. Just want to say very quick hi to Mary. Nice to see you, Mary. Lovely to have you on. If you've got any questions about Forex or indeed law of attraction, or indeed, we'll come on to it in a minute, e-commerce, then obviously let us know in the comments. So another question that occurs to me about the Forex is, for someone that's interested in starting out, I know they pay you a $10 fee for a 30-day trial, right? And the lovely thing is that $10 actually goes to charity as well, which is really cool. And this month's one was the Underground Railroad, which is to prevent child trafficking, I believe.
Yes.
Which is great. So obviously we will put the links to the website and everything in all the comments a little bit later, as shown in the show notes. But do people need to have a lot of money to trade and a lot of money to be coached? Is that going to be a barrier to people entering if they took up your 30-day trial and wanted to?
Great question. Great question. So I'll paint a picture for you on that. So let's say you get into demo. Yes, you pay $10. Yes, it goes back to charity. You get to give and learn at the same time. Now, within the 30 days, it's very specific. I'm in the ring with you. I'm teaching you. What we're looking for is who is actually coachable, who actually shows up and is accountable. Right. And it can work for a mom who, is 19 years old, all the way up to a 76-year-old retired gentleman, because I work with all the above. Now, during the demo, you can decide, is this for me? Can I do it? Is there value? Again, does it meet that personal goal? If it does, and on our end, yeah, this is a great fit, you're coachable, let's move forward, then yes, it is tuition-based, just like you going back to school for a degree to, let's say, be a massage therapist. Let's say I want to be an insurance agent, something like that. It is tuition-based. It starts at $8,000 and it ranges up to $22,000. We can help finance that. We're happy to do so. But we get to make sure you're a fit first, because otherwise tuition's not applicable.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Oh, that's good. So there are ways people can come in, yes, even if they might not.
Very, very much so. Because if you're a good fit, then of course we've got ways to help you pay for it. Of course we do, because we want the right people. I don't care if you have 20 grand right now. If you're not a good fit, we're not going to accept you. And that's not to be rude or to intimidate. It's because we don't look for people who are, oh, this sounds fun. We want someone, just like we said, who has the right mindset, who wants to create their life, not just be stuck in a 9-to-5. They're 70 years old wondering what happened. Yeah. So.
No, and that's it. And that's the truth, isn't it? Even with any business, unless you're going to commit to it and actually show up and do the work, nothing can happen. You're never going to get anywhere. So no, I like that. I like that idea. But interestingly, there's another question / observation that you obviously made that decision quite quickly, but your coaches must have realised, and I think it's pretty obvious just from talking to you, obviously that you are a person that would, if you're committed to it, bang, you are committed.
Yep.
And that comes across in spades.
And that's really the type of people that we draw in. I mean, yeah, we have a lot of people who don't show up, they're not accountable, they're not consistent, and it's a victim versus responsible mentality that they get to discover for themselves. For us, the biggest reason we do demo is not to increase us. I don't care if I help 100 people this month or I help 5. What I care about is who has it in them to really create their life, and that shows up during demo. From them showing up to the appointment on time, as simple as that is, to doing different homework assignments, to practicing in the market. Because how are you supposed to answer, can I do it? Is there value? Does it meet a goal? How can you answer that if you don't try it, right?
Yeah.
So with the whole mindset thing, do people take 30 days? Do they take 4 days like me? Do they fall in between? Yeah, they fall in between, because they get to discover if it's for them or not. And if it's not, cool. We shake hands, we walk away, because it's not going to be for everybody. And that's great. That's perfectly fine.
And charity still got $10.
Charity still has $10.
That's the best bit. So,
exactly.
So what would working with you? So if someone wants to take up the demo, what would working with you look like? What does that look like for someone starting out?
So say I talk to a guy named Bob. He goes to our website, starts 30-day demo. The first appointment is us just installing the correct stuff on his computer. It's Windows based, but it can work on a Mac. It can work on a Windows as well.
Right.
And then from there, it's just scheduling appointments a handful of times during the 30 days. Again, I'm in the ring with you. I'm right there teaching you. It's not a, hey, go watch this thing, hopefully you learn something, but it's very much hands-on, because we want to find the people who are there, who are active, who are consistent. Now, if they do become a good fit, and on their end, it's, they're wanting to move forward, they feel good about it, then we get them into coaching. Yeah, the tuition is paid up front and full. Yes, we can help finance that. But the good news is for them, we are taking the risk on them. Yeah, they're paying for the education, but we get to take the risk where over time, it's either monthly or quarterly funding that we fund your account up to $100,000, and then you're keeping 80% profit. So it's a win-win. That's why we want people who are consistent.
Wow! Oh, wow! That was an interesting element there you dropped in. So someone that has been trained and has got a track record, potentially they can be using your or the company's money to actually make the trades and actually keep
exactly
those profits. Because that would be another question was, do you then need a stack of money yourself, or can you start? But wow,
they do to a point. If they're paying for the education, yes, but as far as risking it in the market themselves, nope. We get to take that on. We're happy to do so, which again is why we're so precise for who we bring aboard, because something as simple as you not showing up to an appointment with me, how could I feel confident giving you to a coach if you don't show up for them, right? Because how can you learn if you're not there? And how can you learn if you're not coachable? Great question. So start to finish, if they take literally 30 days in demo, that's 30 days. And then depending what education platform they come in on, it's up to 9 weeks. It's around week 7 that they get their initial funding, normally 2,000 to 5,000, somewhere in there. And then it's monthly or quarterly funding after that. Appointments with me, they're usually 2 to 3 days apart. And it is within that 7 to 10 days where it's obvious for me, is this a good fit? We can kind of mutually agree, yeah, let's move forward, or actually, hey, here's some suggestions, let's keep testing it just to see how it goes.
Oh, brilliant. That sounds like an amazing deal, I have to say. It really does. One thing I want to, and tell me if this is a rude word, because I do get an awful lot of people emailing me or messaging me and wanting me to do Bitcoin. And so is there any similarities between this and that? Because the Bitcoin one always seems to be more on, people treat it more as a scam type thing than a genuine trade.
So with Bitcoin, even something like cryptocurrency, we actually are going to be implementing here soon because we can see the value in it. Bitcoin for me is over my head, but our indicators, they say when to buy and sell in the market. So you could be doing the FOREX market. Let's say I'm trading US yen, and I could also the next day trade the S&P 500 and be more on the futures market too. So the indicators work across the board. It's just, again, going back to your rules, having a proven strategy for why you're getting in. I
see. So it's anything that has a value, I guess, isn't it? It's like,
yes,
can be traded in a range. No, that's interesting, because it's just one of those, you just hear the noise, and I always like the fact that it's currency. That's why my ears.
Yep.
I'm of an age when it's like, that's cold hard cash.
Right.
Yep. It's got a genuine value to it. It's a fascinating industry to get into, I have to say. That's and if it was me, I would be doing 30. I'd be making sure I'll spend the entire 30 days just double checking.
Yeah. Love it. Plus, it's a new language. So when someone comes in, they would have the same mentality you do. I'm going to spend way more time right now so that I can say, can I see the potential? Is it for me? Just like my worries. Am I smart enough? Am I going to get this?
Yeah.
So I get to practice. And then we're still here if you get into coaching, if you have a question in a year, if you have a question in 10 years, you can't get rid of us. We're still here to help and educate.
Oh, that's good. That's a relief. Because also, it just struck me, it's still quite a big responsibility being given quarterly funding of that sort of chunk of investment.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big responsibility and something that, you know, isn't to be taken lightly. Crikey.
Exactly.
And actually, that's another question is
Sure.
do the volumes of money involved as you learn to use more, does that affect your thinking as well? So, you know, it's like, you know, if you're doing a trade and it's only, you know, couple of $100, but then a trade might be worth thousands of dollars.
Sure.
I'm guessing you're going to tell me just follow the system, and
yes.
that's gonna.
But here's the thing is, okay, so in demo you're in fake money, right? It's fake money, live market. And in coaching, you're still with fake money because you don't know everything yet, right? So we're not just going to gamble it when you're not sure yet what it is you're doing. Now, when you go, let's say for the example, you start out at a $3,000 account. Well, if you're little average Joe doing 1%, that's $30 a day. Is that exciting? Maybe, depending on the person.
Yeah.
But then that $30 a day, if you stick with, I'm doing 1% per day. Well, what happens the next month? If you get funded, let's say, as the example, another 3,000, now I'm still doing my same thing, right? Still getting in based on my tools, based on my rules, right? Now I'm making $60. Same risk tolerance, same amount of trades, but I'm making more because my account grew. So as funny as it is, we really will say it till we're blue in the face. You get to be consistent. You get to be coachable. You get to be accountable, because if you don't have those things in demo, those colors shine and we probably won't be a good fit. But it's also something you want to do because, yes, eventually, let's say you're trading a $30,000 account, even up to $100,000. Okay, well, if I stuck at just 1% made per day, that's now $1,000 a day. You think I want to stick to my rules? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yep. Suddenly, I'm really excited about $30 a day.
Exactly. Yes. It's just like the consistency in life. I always tell my traders, just the same as you going to the gym. Let's say I have a goal to lose 20 pounds. I can't just go to the gym on Tuesday, eat donuts on Wednesday, and then be mad at my trainer Friday because I didn't lose weight, right? My trainer can come and he can help me and we can do all the right exercises. But at the end of the day, it's still my accountability for me having my goal, right? Yeah. Same thing here. We can teach you exactly what to do. The indicators don't lie. They've got 2 decades of proof. They're proprietary. They're exclusive to our company. They're not just this random thing you find at some random guru, right? But as you're practicing and you're being consistent, you get to decide how you want to create your life. And that starts with demo. Those colors shine in demo.
Yeah, and what's to lose? You know, if you demo it and you like it, that's great. If you demo it and you don't like it,
then cool. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that's great. I love it. One last thing on the forex trading was yeah, but people starting out, would they have to form their own company first of all? Not sure how it works in the States or in the UK. Whether in the UK maybe you might form a limited company to do your business through. I'm not sure what it would be in the States if it's a similar sort of thing.
So yes, you can start your own company because at least for us in the US, you want to be sure to do the right taxes. So yes, you can start something like an LLC, which by the way, we have all of that information for you. So it's not a risk. We're very versed in that arena, but you would want to start your own business. Sure. Talk to your CPA about it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great advice, and same for in the UK, absolutely, because benefits, there are huge benefits to having your own business.
Yes,
what you can do with expenses and tax and income.
Yep, exactly.
Which makes life a lot more fun. I love it. I've not known as much about forex as I do now, so it's been really interesting.
Good. My job is done.
No, I think it's great. But one thing I do know quite a bit about is e-commerce, and I'm quite excited. You've also got, not only have you got your day trading company, but you're branching out to do some e-commerce products.
Yes.
How did that come about? What was because you obviously weren't busy enough. So,
right, I'm not busy enough.
what was your thought process to bring about this another line of income?
So with e-commerce, it's something I've wanted to do for a year or so now. And it was in February this year that I purchased a coaching program, right? Because I want accountability to be able to learn, just the same idea with trading. And I decided, I mean, it's grown in ideas since figuring something out that I want to do. But with e-commerce, my intention around it was to have a place where entrepreneurs could go and purchase things for their business. So yes, day trading. Yes, there will be apparel and hats and mugs that say, I day trade, something like that. But it's also for moms. I started the e-commerce business. It's launching here soon for moms. The funny quotes, the funny hats, things like that, that everything's going to be customized. So it'll be specific to them, which is nice for people like me, because Kyrsti is nowhere to be found on anything. But it'll be personalized, which is awesome, because it's the same idea with day trading. They tie together. I plan to really incorporate them together.
Oh no, I love it, and great timing as well. So you'd be up ready for the Black Friday sales,
right?
and all the holidays. Oh, amazing!
That's
always
it's exciting times.
It is. I remember I always look back and think, oh yes, got to remember Black Friday, and Black Friday rocks up. It's like, yeah, I really should have remembered Black Friday.
Put on your calendar.
exactly, and all the extras as well. And that's a great thing. You can do so much online, but yeah, it's always worth. You hit something that I totally agree with. You want that accountability. So with your coaching with the FOREX, that's why you have these programs, because you want the accountability and that.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. So with the FOREX, the obvious question is, are you open to new students coming on board?
Yes. Yep, I very much am. We've got a really great team. I've got a whole staff with coaches, with trade support. If there are technical issues with different people being able to give you the relatability you want, we've got all of that, and we're ready for it. Oh, great time to get started.
Just gonna pop the little, oops, press the wrong button. Pop the little Prime Day Trading little logo in there, and that has dropped the link to the website. Awesome. You've got your contact details scrolling along the bottom as well, but that link to the website is now there as well in the comments. So if you want to take up Kyrsti on that, then go and check that out as well. So Kyrsti, with some of your students, have got some success? I know we can't make any claims about potential income or anything like that, but have you got any success stories you can share with us for people that have absolutely had that wonderful change of lifestyle or just success?
Sure. Yeah. So an easy one is my now business partner. His name is Sean. He started out at a grocery store. He was there for about 7 years, I want to say, produce manager, working all the holidays, all the evenings. He started out with trading, and about 15 months in, he quit his job and hasn't looked back.
Wow.
So is everyone going to be successful like that? Will everyone leave their job? Will anyone want to leave their job? Maybe they stick with it and they trade on the side. But it's up to them how they want to create that. Another story would be, well, let me think. Success comes because you know where you're going. And for the people who get into trading, it's not, can I do it? It's, will I do it? And if I will, how do I make that happen in a consistent way? So we have people who They really do. They keep their job, the full-time normal job, 9 to 5, and they trade on the side. We have people who quit their job after a certain amount of time because they're making enough for their financial goals. And then we have the confidence in what we do because our retention after the first year is around 88% right now. So after 12 months,
wow,
give or take 12% say, never mind, not for me. So without making claims, without saying, yeah, you'll make this amount. Nope, not going to guarantee that. Run away if I do. But an 88, give or take percent, high 80% retention. First, I'd say in your good hands.
yeah.
And second, well, that means, to me, that means people are making money. Otherwise, why would they stay?
Yeah, so they've got to be happy, haven't they? So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, and as you say, it is down to the individual. So you know, got that right mindset, the right coaching, then you're good to go. So how do you see your future? I mean, so you got the 2 ventures at the moment. You're still obviously very young. I imagine you must have dreams and goals of even more. How do you see the future for Kyrsti and your family?
Well, the future would be that we keep helping the people. We always leave them with an impression of increase, whether they decide to trade or they decide to be a customer on e-commerce or whatever it is. If we can leave them with an impression of increase, I've hit my goal, because I always, when I talk to anybody, I want them to know that they can be more, do more, and have more, rather than just settling because it's the repetitive normal thing that society teaches us. Yeah. So where I see it, man, that's a loaded question. I've got goals that would scare the crap out of you. So I see it going as large as I decide, because I'm empowered to say, this is what I want for my life.
Fantastic. I love it. Absolutely love it. So there you go. And you're Colorado. Are you Colorado?
Yes, Colorado. Yes.
There you go. Colorado, watch out. She'll be taken over.
Right. Love it.
So yeah, so any Colorado real estate agents, your number.
Yep.
Kyrsti, our time flies here. Have you got any advice for people, not necessarily that want to do Forex, but anyone that is currently thinking of changing, of switching around, worried about
sure.
their jobs maybe, and want to take that leap into self-employment? Have you got any tips for people starting out on that road, no matter what they decide to do?
I would say first thing that comes to mind with no filter is have a reason you're doing it. And it's not the cliche, oh, what's your why, blah, blah, blah. No, really, why do you want more? Because if you really want more, it's because in the underlying reason of it, to have whatever it is, it's because you desire to grow. So without a target, just like, why am I entering a trade if I don't know what I'm going for? Without a target, you're not going to be committed. You won't show up. You won't be accountable to what you want, whether a goal, dream, whatever else. So make sure you know why you're doing it. So if you're not happy with the 9 to 5 type of a thing, or you don't want to make this amount a year or whatever it is, what is it that's pushing you to want more? And then decide if that's worth moving, because you can only remain where you are if it's painful enough, or if you have a big enough vision for why you'd want to increase.
Oh, I love that. And also that chimes with your great blog about the dog with the rusty nail.
Yep, dog with the nail. Yes.
Dog with the nail. Guys, go and check out that blog, because it is so true. It is just not hurting just enough to make you move.
Exactly. Yep. You got it.
Brilliant. Oh, Kyrsti, thank you. You've been a wonderful guest. If you just wait there, I'm just going to close the show. And I keep pressing the wrong buttons today. What an amazing guest. I am truly blessed every time that I get to do these live shows, chat to the most amazing people. And Kyrsti is obviously so well informed, knows what she's doing. What a retention rate up in the 80s, 90s for people staying with her, past that initial training. I think that speaks volumes for itself. And again, if you're wanting to do something different, there's a whole raft of different options for you. FOREX One, e-commerce, there's all sorts of affiliate marketing. You don't need a huge amount of money to get started. Just get started. This has been an amazing Open for Business USA. I'm Nick, and I will see you hopefully next Wednesday on the next edition.